4 days. Not sure how many games. I think about 30. This is our 32nd game here on field number 1 here. 12 on day 1, 11 on day 2, and I've lost count after that here. And we're up to 184 games, and it comes down to this. Padua College up against the host school, Ignatius Park. Last year, Ignatius Park unable to make the semi-finals. They've certainly righted the ship here, and this is going to be an absolute ripper. My name's John Devine. Joining me in commentary is Michael Crutch as we call our 5th straight final, Shield final, and Red Corner Productions. We thank you for all their staff here to bring this great broadcast to you. CQ University is our major sponsor, along with Struddies. We also want to thank all the NRL, the QRL, the referees, all the volunteers from Ignatius Park. Adrian Thompson, part of the Blackhawks, for hosting this carnival. Which, as I said, sorry about your field. Ryan College as well, helping out with a couple of fields up the back here. So thank you so much to Peter Elmore and the whole committee to put this stuff together. It's not an easy job. There's 5,000 kids here, it seems, and it's a great effort. It's culminated in this final here this afternoon between Padua College and Ignatius Park. Michael Crutcher, I still get nervous. I've called a lot of games of footy, but this one here, it always just brings the hairs on the back of my neck up, and it's going to be an absolute beauty.
It is, and we talk about all these different stages of Confro, John, the excitement of Monday morning, the pressure of Tuesday afternoon when the quarterfinals start, but there's nothing like this feeling as all of the crowd from around the 6 fields comes to the main field to watch the Shield final. And the crowd around here is really filled out. A lot of them are underneath us. You won't see them on the camera. But we've got a drought that will be broken here in one way or the other. Ignatius Park College trying to become the first host school to win a Shield final since they did it in 2013, in a team that included former future Origin player Cohen Hess. Padua College are trying to be the first Brisbane school to win this competition since 2005, when they did it the last time, when they beat Clairvaux MacKillop in a very close final. So either ways, a drought will be broken at this match, and we're going to see a really high level of football. These two teams have thoroughly deserved their positions in this grand final, and there's already a tunnel building for the Iggy Park crew to run out. But here comes Padua running through what seems to be a tunnel of the St Brendan's Yapoon players.
There you go. So Padua, there you go. How good's that?
So yeah, that's what we're talking about. Confraternity. Yeah, they played in the same pool as them, and here come Ignatius Park College, the home team, for a big roar.
There they come. They lead out with their mascot. We asked for every college to have a mascot, and Ignatius Park lead out with, I don't know whether it's a chicken or an ibis. I'm not really sure. What is it? It's a what? It's a phoenix. There you go. So I just got some clarity on what that is. I know I'm a bird. It's not. But that's great to see, and that's great sportsmanship from all here to have that tunnel for both squads. So fantastic stuff. So.
Yeah, players to watch on both sides here. There's some real high quality in these teams here. Padua College have got here off the back of some really good work. They've got depth, Padua College. Some of the Brisbane teams at times when it comes to teams against playing against the likes of Ignatius Park College, St Brendan's Yapoon, St Pat's Mackay, with that history, sometimes the depth when you get into the wider squad doesn't often match up. This Padua College team has real depth for Coach Gary O'Brien. He's done a wonderful job with them, turning them around from rugby union season. They played their first game of league for the year on Monday up against the Ignatius Park College team, coached by Zeb Kyle, the champions in 2019 and 2022. They were consecutive years because of COVID in terms of finals. So there's a lot to happen today.
This is 30 minutes. We do have stoppages in this final. Our referee today is Jack Thornton. Ryan Littleford and Ethan Brown are their touch judges. As you see, Ignatius Park work it out from their own end in muddy conditions here. It's Ignatius Park's third game on this field. Padua's second. So they know the conditions, and I think they played all of those games in the mud. I think Ignatius Park might have played the last game against Marymount, I think, on Monday night. It seems so long ago.
They did, before the home
crowd. In a 4-4
crowd.
draw in that one. So here's this man. He's lit up the park, Celine. He comes away with the footy, and he'll be a man to watch. He'll be a marked man. So 0-0.
That's right. This spine for Padua. Solly in at fullback. You have Damon Humphreys, the Bulldogs contracted number 6. Watch for Damon Humphreys. He's had an outstanding week. And you've got Finn Dalton, the number 9, North Devils Jr. They have been an exceptional spine this week, so keep an eye on all of them.
A big contact there, and he loses the footy. Does Searle. And the Iggy Park boys come around. They're pretty happy with that dislodgement of the footy. And I defy anyone to hang on to the footy, but Cooper Searle certainly got the full brunt of that.
For the Ignatius Park College team, their spine as well. Lincoln Baker at fullback. He has had a great carnival, Lincoln Baker. He's had some moments of brilliance, including the try yesterday. That was the only points in the semi-final win over St Patrick's Mackay. Chase Shepherd, son of former Cowboy Chris Shepherd, Kynan Purdy in the halves, and their number 9, Kynan Kennedy, a North Queensland schools rep.
So Ignatius Park field position 40 metres out. Shield final. Afu.
If you're watching on our live stream on Facebook, make sure you tell us where you're watching from and who you're cheering for.
Well, so the underball here, right into the mud. Tackle there is Atkinson. Ball carry in that instance was Rapina. Now forward again, comes for a charge. There is Cooper Fletcher. Fletcher 8 out. Crowd building here as all grounds wrap it up. Shield final, burrowing through there is Afu and Afu. There's 3 Paduas, 4 Padua players there in defence. One of those is Searle, who lost the footy momentarily ago. You'd hate to see a try ensure from that. Opportunity here, sliding through, cover defences there. They held him up. Referee will look at the touch, judge. We'll wait for a ruling. He's been held up. Great cover defence there from Padua College. And Ignatius Park will play it 10 metres out. Oh, sorry, Padua will play. It was on the last.
Wow. How did they keep that ball off the ground right in front of the big crowd down there at Brothers Townsville as well? So a good start from Ignatius Park. Some slick ball movement there close to the line, but Padua up to it defensively and now bring the ball out.
Well, I thought for all money it was try time there from Ignatius Park, but tell that to the Padua College cover defence. Not until the ball hits the grass there is going to be awarded and it's going to lose the footy. Unfortunately, this time it's going to be Nate Clark, and again another handling error forces Padua to defend in their own end. But Ignatius Park will pack this one 28 metres out from the try line.
Yeah, we'll see what Ignatius Park can do here. We've mentioned some of those attacking players who've been good this week. The Ignatius Park College jersey is designed by the players for Confro. This is a Confro jersey. The design takes in a lot of their cultural backgrounds, including boomerangs on the front of the jersey with all of the colours of the houses at Ignatius Park College. So it's white now. It might not be the same colour as the Padua jersey by the end, though.
Maybe, but they won't mind at all. They haven't got far to go home here at the host school, Ignatius Park. Fletcher drives in, hit there coming from Cooper Searle again, heavily involved with Searle. Gets some help here from Dalton. 25 out, another forward. Sitovani Afu. Atkinson, the tackler. Slow play the ball here, looking for a penalty. They're fanned out to the left-hand side. It's going to be with Fletcher again. And Fletcher gets a hit there coming here from Oliver O'Regan. And he puts him on his backside and back on the 10-metre line. Still a couple of tackles to go here for Ignatius Park. They take it to the line. Loses it, unfortunately, there does Kai Connell will come up with an error. So a lot of mistakes coming the northern end of Jack Manski Oval.
Yeah, similar to that movement before there where they went to Connell, the Cowboys contracted centre. He just had a look up at defence. And when he popped the eyes up, he lost sight of the ball, and the Padua again have to work it out from their own end. So some shout-outs here. We've got a...
it's a great shot there from Red Corner. Look at that scrum being packed. Yeah, sorry, mate, go on.
Yeah, we've got support for Ignatius Park from Auckland. We've also got...
Oh, so forward passes it. Wow, big call. Could be a key moment.
Yeah, just a real test here for Padua's defence. Not the start that Gary O'Brien as coach would have wanted, but he did make the point that when Padua has made mistakes this week, they've been good enough to defend their mistakes, which is one of the main reasons they're in this grand final. We said they're a team coming off a rugby union season, so you don't have the same ability as, say, Ignatius Park College, which has been playing in the Aaron Payne Cup, to really test your combinations, to get your little things right. So when they do go wrong, you've got to defend your mistake. Let's see what happens.
They go to the blind side here. We've seen a few tries from the back of the scrums here, sliding through and close. But like I said, the Padua defence, outstanding. Crash ball coming here now from Setevani Afu. 3 defenders from Padua stop him. He's only gone a metre. Dart from dummy half, again denied. And that's going to be a penalty. I was going to say they've come off the line too quick.
Yeah, this is a real test of Padua's defence here. They've been up to it so far, though. And if you say defence's attitude, well, this Padua team have got that attitude.
Well, they can rely on their rugby union line defence here from that pick and drive situation here. So they've got their body height right here, Padua, and that's probably what's caused them to hold the attackers up using that type of defence. So push back, they've lost some metres, but only an 8 out from the try line. Dummy half now is Kennedy, and Kennedy goes himself, and there's no way through there. He's going to be cut in half there by O'Regan. Lined out to the left-hand side. Taken to the line. It's with Baker, and that's going to come unstuck here. And Padua on the back of some great defence here. If you hang in there, the errors may come, and they have again, but changeover.
Lincoln Baker will be kicking himself there because he went out to that left again, and that didn't go where he wanted that ball to go. So Padua just need to hold it for a set, look for a penalty, look for something. And there goes a penalty. Yep,
Celine driven back here, and it's going to say there was a hand in there, but I'm not really sure whether. Well, that's the direction coming from the referee. That might have been from not getting off him because he called held. Touch finder. As long as it goes out, 20 metres from their own line. So Padua College just looking for some breathing space to get out from their own end. And that's not helping. It's going to be a knock back, says the referee. Padua will run it out through Finn Dalton. Short phase play here. Oh, trying to muss his way through there as Chasling. Thought he was through there, but it's denied. So here go Padua now, catch and pass stuff, and go wide. Held, says the referee. Jack Thornton, the referee. Put it on the toe. Opportunity for a 40-20. Taken nicely at the back there by Lincoln Baker. And Baker finds himself in front of 5 defenders coming through there, and one of those is Tyrone Byrne. Gets some help there from McPherson. Dart from dummy half. Ran the ankles again, Burr.
Yeah, that kicking game of Damon Humphreys today will be really important to Padua. And he finally got to a point where he could at least get a kick for territory there. But we'll watch as this game goes on to see what he can do with that kicking game.
He's also a man who can find a gap out of nothing, as you saw. I think you were calling the game with me that day. He just made something out of nothing with ball in hand. As Ignatius Park find themselves in, there's your bench for Padua, looking on intently. This goes high. Oh, taken nicely there by Ryan McPherson. I thought for all money he was going to let that bounce there, but he just took it calm as you like. Celine with the footy. Catch and pass. They come down this grandstand side that is absolutely chock-a-block. Oh, nicely picked up by Atchison. Ran the ankles. Again, Padua still not out of their own end zone. It's now with O'Regan. O'Regan now gets over halfway with a tackle there from Connor Sadler. Not the last, but puts it on the tone of this Humphreys. Humphreys' kick is going to be allowed to bounce by Baker. But he's going to be wrapped up in the end there by Forrest.
Yeah, now Ignatius Park starting from 10 metres out from their own line, and that was a really difficult kick for Lincoln Baker to catch. And that's what we spoke about Damon Humphreys before. That was a floating kick there that he let bounce, and probably wisely.
Yeah, we'll see if they can dislodge the footy.
And they've been on the back foot here, Padua, but you can tell there's intensity in their defence. They hit with purpose, and they just tried to withstand this early blitz from Ignatius Park College, which they have so far.
Half a break down the right-hand side here. Has got some wheels. It'll go into touch. No, flag stays down. He's just in the field of play here. Long ball back inside to Shepherd. Shepherd puts it on the toe. Crossfield kick here. Burr's underneath it. Burr flies high. He takes it nicely. And he'll get up and play it 10 metres out from his own line.
Yeah, notice Damon Humphreys was the defender over on that far side there, just to stop that run down the right for Ignatius Park. And the kick across. So we're going a bit end-to-end here at the moment. So we'll see this Jared Chaseling North Devils junior. He's had a good carnival too. He's another player who can light up a game out of nothing. Ignatius Park have got the same players as well, so it could be one of those games where we see something come from nothing and it could be really important.
He's got a boot on his Humphreys, but Lincoln Park Baker has also got a pair of hands on him that are pretty safe. So he'll take that tackle 8 short of halfway. Bit of foursome backs going on here, but how good's the handling? Let's see if we can't conjure up a handling error from the commentator's curse here as Ignatius Park make it to halfway. But handling has been a lot better in the last 10. The first 5 was pretty ordinary from both camps. That's the 40-metre line, so the nerves are gone. Now they get down to business. 0-all scoreline. 18 minutes still to go of this 30-minute per half contest. Purdy finds back rower in Jack Kennedy, and now it's the last. We've seen a few tries scored from the aerial route. This one's going to be kick over the top. Celine's going to tidy that up at the back here, and almost not sure who the player was. It might have been the halfback in Dylan who had to get it away from the kick.
Well, not even a quarter of the way through this game yet, and the intensity's been real Shield final intensity from both teams. So they've managed to keep their lines intact, and this next 17 minutes as we go to the half-time break, there's another good shot there, it'll be very pivotal just to see if anyone can start to win this wrestle.
Well, let's see how much fatigue comes into the back end of the game for both forward packs in particular. Humphreys puts another one into the air, but Baker, is that all you got, Humphreys? He's saying, keep kicking them in, I'll keep catching them. They may need to change direction there because it seems to be safe as houses as they work it down the blind side through Connell. Again, short side. Dart from dummy half here. Sean Weir, Australian schoolboys rugby union player. And the centre of the park now is Noah Dawson. Rooney, the tackler underneath, getting some help there from Finn Dalton. Catch some pass stuff here. They've got some numbers out, but the cover defence is sliding across here. Bit of a goose step run there from, that might have been Weir there again. So 11 out, right in the corner, last tackle. Crossfield kick here. This will test everybody. Flies high, knocks it back, and he'll go dead in goal. And that was a knock-on. It was a changeover. How did the knock-on come from Ignatius Park? That will turn me to restart.
No knock-on here. I think he's saying from Padua College, okay. It's going to be a scrum feed. So Ignatius Park had gone back. They're going to have to run down here and get involved in the scrum. So Tyrone Bird did a pretty good job. That was a good kick.
Yeah.
Right, coming down right on the try line. He did well to...
I was just wondering, because I thought he might have been in goal. It might have been a line dropout, which, well, either way, it's broken play here for Padua College to defend. You can see the massive crowd here at the Brothers Leagues Club. They're everywhere. The rain is staying away for now. Scrum feed won by Ignatius Park. Shepherd. Baker. Now with Weir. Weir's there. Goes second. That will be a penalty for a double movement. I'm not sure what he was thinking. Yeah, Sam Weir.
Give credit to Jared Chaseling's tackle here. He's a good mover, Jared Chaseling, and he just gets a little bit ahead of where you think he'll be. And that's what happened there. I think that Weir probably thought that line was his, but Chaseling is a fast mover and did so well to get him to ground.
So they'll find touch, and again, Padua survive.
They survive because this defence has been exactly what Coach Gary O'Brien said, is they will defend their mistakes. They've done it again there. Now what they have to do now is, as Gary O'Brien said, let's stick to plan A, not plan B. Plan A isn't defending our mistakes. So they've done it, and there's the penalty. That'll get them downfield, a high tackle there. So really interesting game this. It's really hard to pick between these teams. You just want to see how Ignatius Park goes defending their line when Padua gets, some continued ball down there, but they haven't got there yet.
Well, if you work on who's leading the contest, you'd have to say Ignatius Park for field position.
Oh, no doubt for field position. There's no doubt about that. Padua's racked up the tackles.
Yeah.
But sometimes too, when you do rack up the tackles and you get down there, you have that confidence boost in your own attack. You know that you can keep your line intact, and that makes you attack.
And it makes Ignatius Park confidence down. Why aren't we getting points? We're down there for an eternity. We've come away without any chocolates, as we see. It's with Dylan. Turns another ball now here to Oliver Regan, who's been strong the number 12. He gets to the 30-metre line.
And Brock Dillon, the captain, has been under an injury cloud this week, and he's out there in a great
Here's a break here for the lock forward. He's going to be reined in there by Baker. It'll be a penalty, but a good bust there from Ryan McPherson, and they'll get a penalty. It's too wide, you would think, for 2. I think they'll find touch.
So Brock Dillon had been a touch and go to play today. He's a captain of Padua, and you can see what he means to the team there. That was lovely placement, a good line there from McPherson, and here we go. There's an attacking chance here for Padua right now.
Yeah, high shot there from Baker. Fine touch again, I think. But he already kicked for touch, but the referee said probably not on the mark. So there's 5 Padua players on a line there. You can see which one will it be. First up will be the prop forward, William Ross, Dalton dummy half. Wants another forward runner, finds it there, and Joshua Forrest. And Forrest finds himself getting carted by Noah Dawson. Dawson goes back into the line. They go to the left, catch and pass sort of stuff here. Again, the defenseman from Ignatius Park is hanging on tenaciously, and he loses the footy. And a knock on, that'll be a scrum feed on the line. So if we talk about Padua's line defence and cover defence, how good is Ignatius Park stepping up as well? And they did that the other night against Marymount, and they're bringing it again here on day 5.
They did, and they've got their classmates behind them, given the fence hell behind them, banging on the fence, if you can hear that. Padua just need to be patient when they get the ball down there. They've got real options in attack. You know, if you're Ignatius Park, you're looking at Solian, you're looking at Humphreys, Dillon, you're looking at Finn Dalton, and you've got some good movers around them. So they've got to be patient. Ignatius Park defend that one.
And I think you're right. We'll come back to that as we see defence. But actually, I think you're right. They're trying to score every time they come down here. Just try and get repeat sets, just wear the opposition down. We've still got 11 minutes to go, another 30 minutes after the break. I think you're spot on, Michael Crutcher. Both sides get down the other end. They're expecting to score points instead of actually just getting the job done and turning the opposition around and bringing fatigue into the game. Because as you said, this is their 6th game, and this one's an extra 10 minutes for this clash, being 30-minute halves plus stoppages. So it's going to be a knock-on, and that'll be a scrum feed here for Padua.
Yeah, 10 minutes to go on this half, so another chance for Padua here, just to see what they'll do. It's a centre field scrum. So one player, it looks like Ollie O'Regan, just making sure he's okay.
Yeah, just squirt that water on it. It'll cure everything. Brain tumours, everything. It's just fantastic what the old water bottle can do.
That's Terry O'Regan out there with the water.
Dr. Terry.
Well-known figure, a former long-term Queensland Cup player. And these squads bring players back. They bring them back.
Well, Reg Cannon's here. You know, we talk about players. They didn't play Confro, but the Rugby League brings everybody to the Confraternity. It's a great carnival. Time back on. As you mentioned, we do have stoppages. You think, wondering why the clock is stopping? That man, William Ross, the big number 8, doing some work in the middle. Yeah. 18 out from the try line, lined up to the right-hand side, hangs onto the pass here before Dillon comes into the play here, and Dillon lurking outside, hitting with Solene. And that man in broken play will be a handful. Ball going backwards, losing metres here. Humphreys has to tidy it up here, and he's going to be manhandled here and whisked to the ground there by Hardy. And Mitchell Hardy stands over the top of his prey. Dart from dummy half, Solene. 8 out. Something's happening. It's the last tackle. Grubber kick into the end goal area. It's going to be dived on here in the end, but it's going to be grabbed by Ignatius Park. Now, this is what we talk about patience. Get the ball in the end goal area, get a line drop out, and have another onslaught on the defence of Ignatius Park, and Padua will have that opportunity now.
Yeah, Lincoln Baker at the back there to defuse that for Ignatius Park. So Baker's one of their real weapons in attack at the moment. He's working hard for them in defence. So good set from Padua. Ignatius Park good enough to keep it out. 9 minutes to go on this half. So we'll see what can happen in this set here.
Massive crowd. behind the fence all the way around the ground here. Low kick. Sits up nicely, as you'd expect. So away he goes now. It's Cooper Searle. And Searle put on his back. 30 out from the try line. Now with Noon, and Noon comes up with an error. So Ignatius Park survive. It's deja vu from either end. Just when sides start to build a little bit of pressure, they cough up possession and let the opposition off the hook.
Yeah, we say this is game number 6 for both teams. We've mentioned that a few times today, but it is the case. You just got to dig deep here. If you're tired, you've got one game till you finish, but there's so much on the line here when it comes to Confraternity Shield.
Exactly. You can have a rest this afternoon.
Yeah.
Got to go about 40 to complete here. And this man is with Sitavani Afu. Strong carry him. Gets it to the 30. One of the tacklers there is Searle. Fresh legs here. Here's Richard Price. Last tackle here for Ignatius Park. So they've gone 80 metres thereabouts. Kicking in the end goal. Was that played out? The referee says yes, it was. So Ignatius Park will get another 6. They're 22 minutes out from the try line. He did throw the boot out there to try and stop that one. That's just reflexes.
Yeah.
Another carry here from Price.
Yeah, some of these big men started to try to make some yards through the middle here for Ignatius Park.
Ignatius Park with fresh leg. Hinsby at dummy half. Underball here for Connell. So Padua again bringing in the play of defending their mistakes. They probably had enough of doing that. O'Regan over the top. Slow to get to his feet now is Price. Goes back into the field of play here now is Shepherd. He's turned that back in. Gets the offload. Ignatius Park are going to score the first points of this game. It came on the back of an error and they go through and score Ignatius Park with an offload right next to the uprights.
Yeah, that gap just opened there, just close to the line. You saw it, and that short, sharp pass, and well taken for that first try. Well, something had to give. We've gone 23 minutes with both teams trying very hard to find a breakthrough, and Iggy Park do find the breakthrough with Shepherd instrumental on that try.
So, yeah, like you said, something had to give, but we just talked about they were down the other end moments ago, Padua College. They come down the end. And have a look at the replay here. CQ University. Nothing on. Everybody's evenly spaced. Steps off the right and then bam. Player pushing up. You've talked about it all week, Michael Crutcher. Players pushing up inside. May not go to you, but you've got to be there in the instance that it may happen. You do. We just see this defensive line just fracture right there from Padua. Fractures and there's a hole behind it, and Iggy Park filled that hole in. Good pass, played short. So tried to lock forward and Jaden Ryan. 24th minute. It's taken that long to break this deadlock. Conversion is successful. So he looks to the left, and they put some fresh legs on here. We'll talk about that in a second as we watch this replay. Goes back in field, beats 1-2, and didn't even look. Throws the pass and hits the man. Over he goes. Yeah, well, it took 2 defenders out of play there, basically. One defender who just moved up quickly. He then came out of the equation, and then he stepped around and created that hole there. What I talk about is the bench, because they just brought some fresh legs on here, Iggy Park. Yep. And I'm not saying it's made a difference, but it just gives that little bit of extra enthusiasm. Well, it's the key to getting through Confront. Correct. That's what Zeb Kyle, the Ignatius Park coach, said. They had an unsuccessful carnival last year. They didn't make the top 8 last year when they were defending champions. Zeb Kyle said he learnt plenty, and that means you learn how to get through a week of Confro and how to ensure you've got enough for a Shield final to get you through to the end when it's tight. So they come the blind side, and you don't pick 17 then a couple of mates. You pick a squad that can do the job, and that's exactly what's happening out here. It's all about, he just hangs on to the footy. I don't know how he hung to that footy in these conditions. That's Spider-Man stuff right there. He must have Velcro on his pants. How about that? Cooper Fletcher. Last tackle. He's going to go right on the chalk. Nicely taken. He might have to send that back into Soline. And off he goes. This man's got some pace. But the chasers are there. And he's going to be wound up there. And a big shot there from Richard Price. 10 out. 4 minutes remaining first half. Whoa! There's some contact. I think that might have been on Burr. It is. And the winger gets up and looks at Mitchell Hardy. Could say Thomas Hardy there, the size of the man. What a hit. Centre of the park. They try to work their way through the forwards. They're going to try and just get to a kick here, Padua College. They're down 6-0. Ross, been strong. William Ross. There's a penalty. Opens the door for Padua College. 3.5 to go.
Put that down to that run of quick play the balls there. They did really well there, and that's what tested the Iggy Park defence. It wasn't getting back as quickly as it needed to be. But after there's some good shots they had put on them down there, they got up and they got that play the ball rolling, and that's what's got them down here.
So again, they don't need to score from the set. They can get a repeat. You beauty for Padua. Of course, I'd like to score a try. Here's a break here. Just turns it outside. The lock forward's going to go out for Padua College. And Ryan McPherson will take the pass from Brock Dillon. And they'll put 4 on the board just before half-time.
Oh, how important is that? 3 minutes until half-time. And Brock Dillon, the captain who last night was no certainty to play in this final. Well, he's playing and he's having a real impact on this game. And we see it from here. We mentioned before the speed of the play the ball's got them the penalty, and now they've converted the penalty into this valuable try, which gets them very close at half time. Dillon with the tap and then the offload, and here's trouble there. The dummy there gets him straight around.
And again, player pushing up, and Ryan McPherson
gets him straight around Kai Connell. Here's a tight shot we'll see of it. It's worth having a look at. Great offload too. There's a dummy. Connell buys it, and they can't stop McPherson. So both teams capitalising with opportunities in the last few minutes of this half.
So you can hear the signage getting thumped around, trying to put off the kicker, and he's missed it. 6-4. Ignatius Park still lead by 2. So have a look at the replay here for CQ University.
Yeah, full credit to Ollie O'Regan here. He just gets that ball away, and Dillon's there. And you see there's already a bunch of defenders who are then taken out. Baker had nothing he could do at the back there, and McPherson's there to get the first try for Padua of this final. And you know, it's great to have a tight final. We had a situation 2 years ago in Mackay when Ignatius Park played St. Pat's Mackay, who were going for their first Shield win in almost 20 years. It was a massive home crowd, and we had such anticipation, and Iggy Park really put the foot down and won that game clearly. Today we've got a game that so far has been excellent to watch. This is great schoolboy footy.
Penalty.
And with 54 seconds left, Padua gets a penalty here. So far this is a great display of schoolboy footy, played in great spirit too. A credit to both schools for the way they're playing this game.
Yeah, Searle, the player, taking up into the line here and gets a penalty for his side, so they'll find touch. 40 seconds remaining first half, 30-minute halves with stoppages. And you'd be a brave man to pick a winner in this one. But we talk about the conversions all week, and especially in conditions like these, how valuable they are. So that's the 2-point ball game that we've had between these two sides. It's with Patterson, and Patterson will drive towards the halfway line, draws 2 defenders who'll get up and play it. Options left and right. They'll go to the right-hand side here through Dillon. Now Celine, that's been knocked down there by the Ignatius Park player, and that will be play on through Burr, who's been absolutely smashed, but seems to just keep getting up. O'Regan. And there's the siren. Waiting for the referee to say that's the end of the first half. So 6 points to 4. Tries to Ryan here for Ignatius Park in the 24th minute, and 3 minutes later, Ryan. So we're about to get underway here. 30 minutes remaining, 6-4. We are off and running. There's the siren. The last time, or the second last time we will hear it, as Padua College, and they're down by 2. And that's could be enough, might not be enough. But they survived with a lot of cover defence from both sides. Have been outstanding defensively. That's why we've only got a 6-4 ball game. Sure, the conditions have helped that, but it'll come down the side that makes the least errors. An error right before half-time by Ignatius Park allowed Padua College to score through Ryan McPherson after a good break from Brock Dillon. So it's anyone's ball game still. Kicking early. Baker has to go back, end over end. That's going to go right next to the chalk. The chasers come through, and Baker goes off. We're very lucky with two very, very good fullbacks, Michael Crutcher in Jaden Saline and Lincoln Baker.
Yeah, there's some quality across this field today, and we talk about the alumni of Confro, and these teams have got former players who've really gone on. Ignatius Park College, a school of Valentine Holmes, Michael Morgan, Cohen Hess, among others, and Padua College. Lindsay Collins currently
half a break here, sorry, that's all.
In the State of Origin squad, so really good quality players, and today's game is very good. As
Machotius goes through is Purdy man inside, that is Purdy, I beg your pardon, and he'll go over and score straight after the break here. A break out the left-hand side. We'll have a look at the replay, but it's going to be the 5'8 Purdy to score in the end.
Yeah, Kynan Kennedy, the North Queensland schools hooker, gets the bust, and the try is awarded now. Just that little bust just down that right edge for Padua, and the push-up was fantastic from Ignatius Park. And straight away, we see Kynan Purdy. He's a school vice-captain, and there's the break.
Yeah, good
Great.
Pushing up support play.
Yeah, Purdy pushes up.
And more importantly, it's where he's put the ball down. That's going to be a little bit easier. Have a look at this great replay. Turns it back inside and on his way to the chalk, and cover defence coming across, but too late. And a conversion right in front, you would think, will take us out to 12 points to 4.
That was a bit of a surprise given what we'd seen in the first half. It just came down to, again, it was a dummy, just like Brock Dillon sold Ignatius Park in the first half. We see Kennedy with his dummy just creating space, and there's enough space with the Iggy Park players pushing up there to make that into a 6-point try, we would think, when it comes to this conversion. Ignatius Park through Sidaveni Arfu just having a chat to the referee at the moment. Didn't seem to be much in that in terms of Damon Humphreys coming across, just trying to stop that try.
Yeah, just all of a sudden something out of nothing. And such are the halves and the nines. We talked about the nines in the previous game to watch out. Finn Dalton and obviously Kynan Kennedy. Both have been creating havoc against tired forwards. Sometimes they can run it as well in the midfield. Conversion successful, 12 points to 4. Check out this replay. Penalty. We've got a penalty right in front of the uprights here from the referee. So it's obviously a penalty. Something happened when he scored the try.
Well, Damon Humphreys came across.
Yep. And he's hit him
in cover, but I to be honest, I've seen a lot worse go unpunished.
I've seen it a million times, actually. But
you're playing to try to stop a try, but this is an 8-point try, and we'd have to go through the Confro records to see when we last had an 8-point try, particularly in a Shield final. So,
well, it hasn't happened in the 5 that I've called, I can assure you.
Yeah, it's so important points for Ignatius Park. They'll go 10 points ahead here. We have seen Padua fight their way out this week. They'll need to do that, and this is the biggest test that they'll face against this really impressive Ignatius Park team, who've now got a 10-point buffer with a big home crowd urging them on.
Yeah, interesting. It was a little while. They had a little bit of a chat after the try was scored to the officials. And now, well, we've got to make sure the trainer's probably asking the Padua player to come away. Finn Dalton. Let's get on with it. 25, or just under 26 minutes remaining. 14-4. And it ain't over until it's over. Padua College, well, they won't be happy. They just have to have controlled aggression.
Well, it's just a moment for both teams for calmness. That's a good carry. But just 25 minutes to go on this game, and that's a knock on. So it's just a matter for calmness for everyone. Just take a deep breath. If you don't like the referee's decision, well, let's just play footy because there's still a long way to go on this game, and both teams will have their chances.
So Jack Thornton is the referee in the middle here, and he didn't get it because his name was pulled out of the hat. There's a process there to who they pick to officiate the Shield final, and he's been deemed the best, and to the letter of the law he's got to apply it, and he has done that. So the scrum feed will go to Padua, 14-4, plenty of time still on the clock here. They score, they're within 4. They go to this open side, Nate Clark, and Clark will hang on to it. I think the key here for Padge is to hang on the football. Atchison is a dummy half. 2 nines out there. Big shot put on there on Cooper Searle, but he hangs on the footy more importantly. Might have lost some feelings, but he's hung on to the footy. They go to the right-hand sides with halves with Dylan. Celine, half a chance. He's been bulldogged into the turf there by Purdy. And the try scarer will get up and go back into the defensive line. And dart from dummy half is from Dylan, and Dylan put on his backside. There you can see him only a metre out from the try line, trying to wiggle his way across. Dart from dummy half, throws a big dummy, goes himself, and straight away Padua College hit back. And a try 2 minutes after they leak one.
Well, Padua, Confraternity Shield finals, you're not supposed to get dummy half tries. The dummy half dive is a gift in a Confraternity Shield final. And there we see it from now from William Aitchison with the little jink, and you take the 4 points. So Padua hits back, and this is a good view of it here from the red corner team. We'll watch this little play here. William Aitchison in the 19 jersey just sells the dummy. By this stage, once you bite and go, you can't get back on time. And you feel there for Jack Kennedy, he knew, hands to his head, he knew he just bought that. But hey, this is what happens in the second half of game number 6 for both teams. And, you know, these players give their all for their teammates. They don't need to be told they've made a mistake because they know they don't want to let their teammates down, and they've had great weeks. Kennedy's one of those players.
Important kick here, strikes it. Look for the touch judge flags, and they are waved away. Score remains 14 points to 8. And we talked about it before on day 6. Tired forwards, tired legs, trying to get back on side here. And you've got fresh legs out here. He's only just come on, and he's a bit more nimble. And their market offence is going to be tired on day 6, game 6, I should say. And they've explored that. So look out for number 9s to do that again for the rest of the afternoon, or anybody from dummy half. 14 points to 8, 22 and a half to go.
He sold the dummy really well, actually, because at no time did he look ahead. He kept looking to his left, and it's easy to think that he's just going to go left, but he didn't on that occasion. So we're 14-8, so this game keeps us gripped.
Most of them ran into each other there, but eventually they'll come up with a 40. Big shot there coming from Chase Shepherd, getting some help there from Sean Weir. Celine throws a dummy. They're not going to fall for that one.
As we get to this last 22 minutes, and both teams have got these game breakers. We've seen them there. They are on both sides. You saw the way Kynan Kennedy got through before to find support from Purdy. Padua have them as well. So
slow play the ball.
Yeah, very slow.
I don't know whether he's hurt or not, but anyway, it's going to be Callum Rooney. Half a break here from Padua. It's shut down here, going over top of Zafu. Now it's the last tackle. They're too short of halfway. What they do with the kick, they're going to put some juice on this thing. It's going to go high. Baker's taken one all day, and he does it again. He'll run it out from his 20, finds a support player, and the chase is good there, led by Nate Clark.
Yeah, I don't think Humphrey's got the purchase on that kick that he was chasing. He got one of those in the first half. Baker takes it, and we'll see if they're going to spread this ball, which they have.
So I'll play it. Run it out.
Sean Weir.
Yeah. Well, from dummy, it gets over the halfway line here. So now Padua, little knock on. was made the tackle count, but I was just about to say, Michael, Padua, they lose it, leak another 6 points. I don't know whether Ignatius Park are going to cough up the possession again too quickly and defend the lead. I won't say they put the cue on the rack, but we've still got 20 minutes to go here. Padua College, they haven't been in front for the game, or have they? Maybe they did lead, they scored.
Their first try was
to Ignatius Park through Jaden Ryan,
yeah,
first and afterwards. So they haven't led at any point during this game yet. They're only down 6-4 at half time.
Interesting mindsets from both teams. When you come here with a team like Iggy Park, they played some nice footy in the Aaron Payne Cup. You're playing at home as Solian is wrapped up off the scrum. You come here thinking, well, we're at home, we're sleeping in our own beds, we can really make a run. When you're Padua, you come here off your rugby union season as Oliver O'Regan makes good yards, and you think, well, we're going to have to go from Monday because we haven't had any football under our belt. So interesting mindsets when we get to this last 20 minutes of this match as Iggy Park wrap up Finn Dalton.
Oh, crunch there, and Brock Dillon.
Some good shots from Iggy Park and some courage from Padua. They keep getting up and keep going here, but the Iggy Park defence swarming on the last tackle.
It is the last tackle. Goes back to Humphreys. Puts a kick over the top here. Who flies higher? Pops a pass. Oh, that's brilliance. Absolute brilliance. We talk about players pushing up here, and Will Webster's going to reap the benefits of doing that. He scores in the corner. Padua will go back-to-back with tries.
Oh, the kick was excellent, but what about the leap from Jared Chaseling? We mentioned him early in the game. He's a guy who moves and moves faster than you think. He's a deceptive player, another North Devils junior, and have a look at his leap here. Crossfield, and if you're Damon Humphreys, you know what Jared Chaseling can do on your kicks. You know he leaps, and look at him leap here. Not just leap, but get the pass. That's fantastic football. That's a really good try to Padua to get 2 points short. And when we're cutting up the highlight reels, as we do every night for the tries of the day, you have to put this one in because the skill from Jared Chaseling to twist, turn and pass is that's high-level stuff.
Well, he always knew he had his winger outside him, but where was he? Right, but he had a little bit of a quick look and he popped it. We see it in rugby union quite a few times. You fall down, you pop that ball back up. And may that be a benefit to come there. But he knew his man was outside, didn't know where. One quick glance, and he was able to find a conversion his way to 14 points to 12. So just have a look at this from Chaseling. Gets it first, knows his winger's outside him. Gets up. Where is he? Sees him, pops it straight into his hands. There's nothing more he could have done for that try for Will Webster.
So interesting here for Padua. They have 3 tries. Ignatius Park have 2. Now, the only reason that's important, it's not important on the scoreboard because Ignatius Park leads by 2. If the scores are tied at the end of regulation, we go to a golden point period. And if they're tied at the end of golden point, which is 10 minutes, the team with the most tries wins the game. So that's just worth keeping in mind. It's been used before to separate teams in finals matches at Confro, and it's often a condition of the Confro rules that catches teams out.
Well, it featured Padua.
It did, yeah. The most famous use of it when Padua got past St Brendan's, Yeppoon in 2019. Courtesy of,
I think it was.
You're scoring more tries.
Yeah. And they went to extra time, and it was all locked up. I was being gassed after that, that's for sure. It was crazy 80, and ended up being 80 minutes of rugby, or 70 minutes of rugby league. So puts that one high. Baker. This is probably the highest one he's had to take. Again, safe as houses, Baker. And at no point has he ever looked like spilling one.
No, he's a really solid fullback. And he can move and attack. He's the brother of Blackhawks back Mackenzie Baker. Was a part of the Cowboys system as well. Member of the Queensland under-15 team when he was in that year level.
He's got up awkwardly. He seems to have come good. 8 short of halfway. Hardy gets over halfway, takes a tackle with Robson and Atkinson. Fresh legs here, and that's Joe Brisky. So the bench we talk about being important. Who's got any more mileage in their legs, and that's going to be taken there by Chaseling. Second effort there. We'll get up and play to meter out, and there's a penalty, and that's that second effort there.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, that's for inside the 10.
That's for inside the 10, and about the referee pointed to about 4 players there too. So that's what you want to see though if you're Ignatius Park at least. There's that intent in defence to get up quickly and keep Padua down there. So, good signs from both teams 15 minutes ago. This has been a cracker of a final so far, and now this is all pure heart with 15 minutes to go in a Confraternity Shield final. So it comes down to playing for your mates, playing for your school, and just giving what you can in memories that you'll take with you for a long time.
3/4 of the game is over, and it's being at a breakneck speed. It's almost at an origin pace, half a break here. He hangs on to the footy there, Finn Dalton. Celine's a dummy half here. The referee calls the markers. Now Celine loses it in the tackle. I won't say he would have gone any further. He had Burr outside him, but he's just lost the ball, and that's good defence there from Ignatius Park.
They got there, but we spoke right at the start of the game, John, about that Padua spine and the players in that spine to watch out for, including Finn Dalton, who did all that work in the lead up on the right side. And coming off on that quick play of the ball was Jaden Solian. And those two there, Solian almost got through that gap. So Ignatius Park has got the same type of players, but players late in a Shield final who can just produce something from not a whole lot at all, and that was the Dalton-Solian combination there.
Fresh legs out there for Padua. Harrison Vera comes into the back line. He's going to be part of the tackle there. He comes over the top here. Again, the bench comes into play. Who's got some left stuff in the legs, and also got the combinations with the players that are already out there. So heavy contact here, and a couple of heads come together. And Ignatius Park probably need to remember what happened yesterday afternoon, and not to take matters into their own hands after a tackle has been made. It's a high shot.
Yeah, it's tough when you've got so much support around as well. You've got your, it seems like most of the schoolers here banging on the fence, but it is a time for calm heads. It's not easy for players to do that when you've got a Confraternity Shield final on the line, but I think we're going to have a really good last 13 minutes here.
Plenty of time. I don't want it to end. Chuck another 20 on there. 40-metre mark. Kennedy finds Rapina. Get pushed down there by that replacement player I said in Vera. He'll drop back into the defensive line. Hands out in front. It's now with the forward runner and Arfu gets it off there to Price. Centre of the Jack Manski oval. Purdy. Go out the back lines with Baker, and Baker will be wrapped up there by Burr. $15 out. They go the blind side. Got some numbers. Takes it to the line there, and he's been dangerous.
Yeah, Oliver O'Regan low there.
Kennedy, both nines have been dangerous. Knocked back, losing more metres. It's going to be tidied up the end there. Play on, hasn't held. Still alive here as Ignatius Park get it with Jay Shepherd. A chance for the big forward to go through. He's got close line. Referee's going to point to the spot here. Doesn't really need to check with his touch judge, but I think the forward and Sitabani Afu has gone over and scored.
Yeah, Sitabani Afu, one of the players back from last year from Coach Zeb Cole's first confro. It wasn't such a great confro for Iggy Park, but they learnt lessons out of it, and that's just a simple, nice little step off the left from Afu. He's a Cowboys contracted player, and that little jink there was just enough to just catch a bit of a hole. We'll see there, just steps. Goes through. Padua desperately trying to hold on, but that's a try that could become a 6-point try here with 11 minutes to go on the match. But this is a sort of game where you just think that it's not quite over yet.
Well, came on the back of an error, as we always see. 18 points to 12, under 11 minutes to go. This conversion from Baker, very important to take it out by 8. So 3 tries apiece now. So that's all levelled up, and it's been conversions and that 8-point try penalty from Baker. He's hit the upright and it's gone in. Well, when you're hot, you're hot. So Baker, he's taking everything underneath the high ball, and now he's got the goalposts playing the same song.
There's a replay of the try. The scoreboard will say that was 2 points. No one has to worry about how it looked.
Yeah.
It's 2 points. That's an important 2 points.
Totally. 10 minutes remaining in this Confraternity 2024. CQ University, our major sponsor, along with Struddies. Couldn't have asked for better. As it is underway. Whoa! He's almost... He treated it like he was one of his own kids there, Purdy. He wasn't going to let it hit the ground. Padua need to be disciplined and not give away any penalties. They don't want to let Ignatius Park out of their own end. One of those tacklers there is Clark. There's the error. I'm going to say it's gone. It was a knock-on, but now interesting to see whether the knock-on is actually from Padua, because I thought a hand come in from Padua in the tackle and knock that loose. We'll look for the arm from the referee. He's going to say he's just swinging around. He's looking great. There we go. So I thought he's flossing there for a second. Very badly. And it's going to be a scrum feed here to Padua.
You've got a full repertoire.
Oh, yeah.
Late in a 184 game carnival.
Certainly having a good game. As all the men in pink have, and ladies in pink as well. So important time here. 8.5 to go. Celine been kept under wraps mostly. Had a break there, but lost it in the carry. Not saying he would have gone any further. Dylan stuck with the footy. Dummy half here is Atkinson, the try scorer. And it's going to be a penalty. So he's going to say the markers were mucking around, and he's going to award a penalty here, heart in the mouth here for the Padua people, because he thought it might have been for a knock-on. But Dylan will get a kick. He's going to kick it into touch. Deep back line. So 8 metres out, and we've got a back line stretched back to the 30 metre, as you can see on screen.
Yeah, we've got some changes as well for Padua. Jared Chaseling is back on after a quick break, back into his left centre position.
So here we go.
So they'll need us to be patient here, Padua. There's still 7.5 minutes to go.
Crash ball, loses the footy. Ignatius Park will come up with it. And a couple of big shots going left, right and centre. Burr, the tackler in the end. Baker gets to the 20.
Yeah, he's been very steady, Lincoln Baker. He's had a really good carnival.
Big player of the game for mine. I don't pick the player of the match, but he's certainly been a standout, especially with his handling of the ball under the high ball, and obviously chiming into the back line. So
yeah, still looking for runs there as well.
Correct. Shot there coming from William Ross. Hasn't given up. Ross has been outstanding. It's put on the toe here. Baker, his kick game's been outstanding. It's going to go between the two defenders. Soline will take it. Ball and all tackle. Good chase there. And a super tackle there from Bruce Bardou.
Torres Strait Islander.
Padua up. Flat ball. 6.5 to go. Blindside they come. Humphreys. He's lost the footy. The other day he went through that gap there to set up a try, as you remember. A penalty.
That's the referee was play on there, and I don't think Ignatius Park realised it was play on, so he just spiked the ball, which becomes no advantage and will pack a scrum. But referee was back in the Padua defensive line, happy to continue play. So we don't see that very often,
no.
But it doesn't go against Ignatius Park. Of course, no advantage, so they'll get the scrum feed.
On the 40.
So Tim telling us there's sun on Mount Stewart for the first time since Monday. You're 100% right. It's mocking us as we get down to the last 5.5 minutes of this final.
Yeah, sun will shine about after the carnival's over. Waiting for the scrum to be Fedden won, and it has been by Ignatius Park. Going back in the field there is Sean Weir. Now with Vigor goes Jack Kennedy, and Jack Kennedy runs into the defensive line with Ryan McPherson. Putting the shot on, denying access across the halfway line. Arfu, try scorer. Interesting, Arfu was on the left side. He scored that try on the right side. Journeyman. Sadler. Just happy to run it out and play patient footy and get to their kick. Still 2 tackles to go here for Ignatius Park. Has to stop and get that one to Fletcher. Now it's the last. So the 31 metres out. Here comes the kick here from Purden. Purdy puts it high. Burr's underneath it. Burr flies high. Burr flies. What a brilliant take. And it's a penalty. Look, I think they're probably a bit hard done by Ignatius Park, because I thought they all went up for the footy all at once. And Burr came away with it, but he's going to award the penalty regardless of what I think, which is fair. It's inside the 10. All right. That's fair enough then.
He's been really good under that high ball. He's got some height. We saw that earlier in this match. Burr really flew for one of those. They've got some good targets there. And when they're attacking for Damon Humphries and Brock Dillon to kick to.
Well, they need to score in the set of 6 for mine.
You did say that with Emmaus Rocky the other day.
I did, and look what happened.
They
late.
Waited until 2 minutes ago and scored 8 points.
Good carry. Just coming down a little bit again. There's Corby with a carry. Humphries, wobbly old pass here. Has to be picked up there by Chaseling. Thanks very much, but he did do the job. That's the 40. Slow play the ball. They come to this blind side. Saline steps off the left. Badu grabs him. 2 tackles to go here for Padua College. Clock's against them. Dalton loses the footy there. There's Nate Clark. They'll come away with it. Ignatius Park don't have to do anything silly here now, just to wind down the clock. Padua will get another set or 2. Tackler is Atchison. Baker. That's knocked on. There's a sniff. Now, I'm assuming Michael Crutches, since we have a stop clock, if the scrum is formed, will he stop it?
He has the prerogative too.
Yeah.
If he wants to, it's his game clock to manage.
Yep.
So if he wants to stop play at any time, he can do that.
So they're there, but he's not going to signal time off. More worried about the defence from Ignatius Park getting back 10. Juggling. Well, that allowed the defence to come up and put him down. Nothing wrong with the tackle. Good ball and all shot. Halfway line. Loses his footing. There's Finn Dalton. Atchison. Already scored one. Love to get another one. The referee says go back and play it on the mark. It's Oliver O'Regan. Half a gap. Oh, pushing up, rolls it back here. That'll be knocked back. Wasn't touched by Ignatius Park, so the tackle count continues. Dillon throws a dummy there. There's Oliver O'Regan, and O'Regan gets into the corner. Last tackle now here. Last throw of the dice, you would think, for Padua College with 100 seconds on the clock. Crossfield, Humphries. Humphries takes it on. Cut out ball, end over end. It's gone backwards. Still the last tackle here in the hands now of Chaseling. Gives it back to Saline. Saline goes himself. Saline will go over and score. They'll have the option here if they want to go for the conversion. I would imagine they won't do that and hope they'll go for another try. And they will. Now, the referee obviously has the option here to stop clock. But anyway, we'll have a look at the replay here.
Yeah, and at some stage, the Humphries-Solian combination was going to struck in a roundabout way. Chaseling gets up, turns it. Solian's there, little dummy. He's too good close to the line. And we've got 53 seconds on the game clock. And Ignatius Park coming back in good time. The referee hasn't stopped the clock yet. They are making it back here. So we're going to have roughly about 30 seconds. Now he stops the clock.
I can't hear. Seriously. I know I'm a tin man, but there is something in there that's causing my blood pressure to go up. But how good is this? Deserves this sort of...
It does. Padua here scored 4 tries to 3. They're behind on the scoreboard, but this has been a fantastic final.
So 30 seconds remaining. 80 metres required by Padua College to take this to extra time or a win with a conversion. They need tries first. Looking for Celine. He's lurking in the background there. He's just behind the ruck. They go to the blind side.
This is it now. 7 seconds on the game clock.
So it will go aerial. And just remember Baker, well, he's gone and run it himself here. He's going to have to quick play the ball. Referee hasn't blown the full-time whistle. We're still waiting for the referee to call it. And the referee will call full-time. At Ignatius Park, the host side, they didn't make the semi-finals last year. They've come away with a win, 20 points to 16. Defiant Padua tried to stop the onslaught. They weren't quite good enough in the end. They might have scored more tries, but at the end of the day here, it's all about what the scoreboard says at the end. So 20 points to 16, Ignatius Park, and they've come from everywhere. Michael Croucher, what a final, and commiserations to Padua, but well done to Ignatius Park.
Well, that's our 43rd Confro final, and you'd have to say that's up there with the best of them. That was a fabulous grand final. Congratulations to Ignatius Park College, the first host school to win a final since 2013 when they did it, when it was last held in Townsville. To Padua College, what a performance. The first Brisbane school in a final since 2005. They won that one, and they did so much today. They can hold their heads high. They represented the Brisbane schools so well, and they came so close to winning against a really good team. Ignatius Park's a good team. Coach Zeb Kyle has learnt so much from 2023. He said as much, and it showed this week when he's managed his team really well to get them through to hold out what has just been such an impressive Padua team. And there's a winner out there at Ignatius Park, but there's no way that Padua College can be anything but proud of what they've done. And congratulations to Ignatius Park Principal Luke Thompson, his first year as principal, and he's got a Confraternity Shield. Peter Elmore, as principal of Padua College, must be proud of his players. Their first week of rugby league for the year, and they have taken part in a Confro final we'll remember for a very long time. Well done to Gary O'Brien, the Padua coach.
So, Michael Crutcher, thank you for your company, mate. It's been a blast. Yes, mate?
Thank you to you, John. Your calling this week is outstanding. There's no one like John Devine to do 4 straight days here and to do it so well. And we wish everyone who's going back, all of these schools who've been with us this week, 52 boys' schools, 12 teams from the girls' schools, we wish them all safe travels home. We love this week. We thank everyone who's been part of it. The Red Corner team, to you, John, all of the Ignatius Park volunteers, Tim with us in the box here. And next year, we're in Rockhampton.
See you there, mate.
So we'll be there.
360 days away. Can't wait. So here we go. We'll leave you with emphatic scenes here at Jack Manski Oval. Thank you so much to the Blackhawks, and we bid you farewell. And there's the chicken in the middle or whatever it is, and we'll see you again next year. Safe travels, and bye for now.